Hey, Kellie, good morning. Here we are, it's game week. What have you learned about your team to this point as you approach Friday's opener?
Um, well, I think our players, I think one of the biggest things for us, our returners are better. They have improved. I think our team chemistry has been good. We've been working hard on that. I think our newcomers are filling in some spots that we needed. So we're really excited about their production as well. And, I just think everyone is very competitive and they're looking forward to playing basketball. I think it's much needed. We're excited about game week.
Howard.
Kellie, good morning. Howard Megdal with the Next. If I could ask you about Renaya's next step, and when you think about what she needs to do between now and whenever she decides to enter the WNBA, what do you think she needs to do within her game to be prepared for taking that next step?
Yeah, I think Renaya has a very complete game. I think she can do everything. However, one of the things that we wanted to see with her, we wanted to see her improve getting to the basket, getting into the paint, and maybe playing a little bit more physical there. She makes free throws. She can knock down shots, but and she is super in transition, just beautiful in transition. So we talked to her a lot about that this summer. She has worked very hard on that and giving her even an added dimension to her game.
Thank you.
Jimmy.
Kellie, would you talk a little bit about what you've seen in practice so far?
Well, I think our players are picking things up quickly. I think our spacing has been good. I think our balance has been good. We've been able to score in a variety of ways offensively. We've been able to get the ball to the post, get the ball to the basket, also knock down some shots. Defensively, I like our focus. And when our energy is there, our coach is ever satisfied on defense? Probably not. When we are playing well, I think we can do some damage defensively. Again, with our length, I think we're just, we're tall and can contest a lot of shots.
And also,
go ahead, Jimmy.
What newcomers have impressed you the most?
Well, I think all of them in their own way. Kian Green, transfer from Liberty, is coming in with great energy, great explosiveness, great leadership, competitiveness. I think that's been exciting for us. Newcomer Marta Suarez she's got a broad skill set, can play a lot of positions, very competitive, works very hard. Great size. We're really excited about her and her future. Jordan Walker, playing the point for us, has come in and given us that added depth that we needed in that position. And she's just a settling presence. She plays with poise, and I think it's been good for our team.
Gustavo.
Good morning, Kellie. First of all, happy game week. And despite all the adversity, how ready is your team to start the season?
Well, they're ready to play somebody else. They are ready to go out and put on a uniform and play. So, coaches, we're always trying to get more practices in, but it's time. It's time for them to get out there and play somebody else, and then we can start advancing. So, in terms of ready, we have our basic man in, we have a zone, we have some zone offense, man offense, we have some transition stuff, a few out of bounds plays. So I think we've covered just about everything we need to cover for game one.
Maria.
Coach, I know chatter doesn't matter. It's what happens on the court that matters, but both the media and the coaches picked Tennessee to finish sixth in the SEC. How did that sit with the team, or are they even paying attention to that right now? I'll
be honest, they probably saw it. They see everything. We haven't We haven't even talked about it. It's not anything that I'm going to get worked up over. We're out here trying to do our job, and I love the preseason polls because they get people talking about basketball, and I think that's exciting. I think that's the gist of it. That's why we're getting those polls out. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's what you do on the court, and those preseason polls in about another 2 weeks really won't matter.
One quick follow-up, and you may not be ready or may not even know, but besides Renia Davis, I'm going to guess her. Who do you think may start in the season opener?
Ray Burrell she'll be on the court as well. And outside of that, we'll still figure some things out. We've got a little depth, and we've got players competing for those spots, and I think that's a good thing.
Ben?
Coach, what are you looking forward to learning about your team on Friday and Saturday?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is how are they translating from practice to games? I want to see that, and I want to get them out there. Obviously, the first game or two, it's uniforms, it's lights, let's see what our new normal looks like out there. The benches are in different spots. Let's make sure that we're communicating, we're doing what we need to do, kind of get that under their belt really for the first one. But then, are we able to settle in when the lights are on, when our uniform's on, and execute? And that's where we've been able to do that in practice, and I want that to translate to the game.
Rick?
Kellie, season openers are always exciting. Does this one maybe mean a little bit more for the staff and the players, given everything you all have been through with the pandemic and everything else?
Yeah, it does. And we're under so many protocols right now. Every time we get testing results back, I'm holding my breath. I'm going to do this all season long. So, I think just being able to finally get to a game, and we're not that much further behind what we normally would be, but it just feels like an eternity since we played basketball. So I'm so happy that we're here, and hope things go well the rest of the week and we're able to tip it off like we're supposed to. But I'm so happy for our staff and for our players to get to go out and compete, to get to go out and play basketball. It's going to look different, and that's okay, because the goals haven't changed. The rules haven't changed. We get to still dribble a basketball, pass, shoot, play defense, rebound. So, hopefully our players will, we'll get there and appreciate the moment.
Lewis?
Kellie, you mentioned it. Obviously, things are going to be a lot different, not just for the players, but for you. Is there any kind of advice that you have given them leading up to this week about just how to handle what this season has in store?
Well, we've talked about being flexible, and no matter what, no matter who we've got, we're going to step out and compete. We've talked about those things. And then we've also talked about not having excuses, because there's going to be a lot of hurdles, a lot. We don't even know what they are at this point. And we're just going to take a no excuse, step out and play type approach. And, that's where I want our players and our staff to be very comfortable in handling different adversity, handle things looking different from day to day. And they've done that thus far. That they really haven't blinked when those things have popped up.
Jimmy?
Do you anticipate this being a better ball handling team?
Well, I think we have added a few ball handlers in several positions. To me, our ball handling could improve not just at the point guard position, but across the board. And I'm hopeful that that's the case.
Obviously, Florida A&M, coached by your former teammate, Shalon Pillow. And then back-to-back, Western Kentucky, a team that didn't lose at home last season. Just can you tell us a little bit about these next two opponents and what you guys are facing?
Well, we'll get to that probably on Wednesday, a little bit more in depth with our team. We're still working on us today. Today will be a big practice day for us. we'll take tomorrow off, and then Wednesday will have another good practice. But I know that I'm really excited for Shalon to come in and, to be here with us, to be back on the court as the head coach. It's really cool. It's cool for me to bring our former players back here. And I know they're going to be new and learning a lot with the new staff. Western Kentucky is an established program. They're in a little bit different situation. I think at the end of the year, they're going to have a really, really good RPI. They're going to have some veteran players that understand how to win. And I think that's a really good challenge for us early on.
Coach, how would you assess the preseason that your 3 freshmen had, and do you anticipate them seeing playing time early on?
I do. I think we've had, I think they have stepped up and had a really good preseason considering everything that's going on. Things have looked different, but I like where they're at. We'll have Marta Suarez is going to get a lot of big time minutes. I think she's really talented, and like I said earlier, she can play multiple positions. She's got a broad skill set, and she just wants to win. Bottom line, and I think that attitude and mentality is really good for us. Destiny Salary has also come in with great energy. She can handle the ball. She's fast. She plays fast, and I think that's good for us. I think having someone like that to come in and be out there to bring that energy, to bring that competitiveness, and I think it's really, really important. I think and Tess Darby is come in steady, knocks down open shots and makes plays. I think we've seen that she's a winner. She understands what a winning team looks like. And, I'll be honest with you, I think those 3 freshmen are going to get good, solid minutes.
Howard and then Will.
Kellie, just given the nature of this season and how much is unknown, how do you go about setting season goals? What are those conversations like? And how different is it when, you talk to a number of coaches who talked about just being together for the course of a season constitutes a goal. How do you balance that with, the winning that you typically expect?
Right. Well, we'll talk actually a little bit more in depth about some specifics this week. But one of the things that we've talked about, if we're out there, if we are going to play, somebody's got to win. So it might as well be us. That's the way I'm approaching it. So when we talk to our team, we are talking about we're going to step out to win because somebody's going to. Why not us? And, and like everybody's going to have hurdles. Everybody's going to have challenges, adversities that, like I said earlier, you can't foresee that right now, even what those are. But when you step on the court, you got one thing in mind. We got to find a way to win.
Will.
Yeah, I know you said there's a lot of starting positions that are unsettled, but when you look at your front court, probably the deepest overall position group that you guys have, I guess, who are some people that may be front runners to get a lot of minutes there?
Well, I think Kian Green coming in with great experience, great energy. She is doing a heck of a job on the boards and putting the ball in the hole. Our players are playing with a lot of confidence with her. Cassie Kishkitawa has had a fantastic summer. Really, really proud of her. She's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and she's very physical and strong. And, she makes a difference on the court with her team right now. Tamari Key has really, really excelled as of late. I think our last inter-squad scrimmage, she was really stepped her game up offensively. We know what she can do defensively and providing a presence, but offensively, she got a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more confident, and she looked really good. And then Marta Suarez is going to be one that can play the 4 spots. She can also play a guard. So, you can throw her in either spot to get a lot of early playing time.
As a follow, a lot of players have mentioned, Kian Green's physicality. I guess, how have you noticed that in practice, and how has it affected the competition there?
Well, I think she's come in with a confidence and a work ethic, in addition to just her motor is just high. And that's where she's separated herself from a lot of people because she's on go all the time. She's making plays, she's getting steals, she's saving turnovers, she's getting putbacks. I think she's adjusting, still working on it, but adjusting to the size at this level. And fortunately, we are able to utilize some practice players, and they're tall, so she's worked against them, and I think really improved her game since she stepped on campus.
Lewis.
Kellie, was there ever a time over the past few months where you were worried or concerned that the season wouldn't happen? And has that given you more perspective, more appreciation just for, everything with you and basketball in general?
Yeah, I think I had some fleeting moments where I wondered if we would play. I was pretty confident that we'd figure out a way to play basketball this year. I didn't know what it would look like. I'll say that. And I think that was really probably one of the more difficult things for basketball players when you're going and you're practicing, but you have no idea what it's going to look like. You don't know if you're going to get to play. You don't know when you're going to play. You don't know who you're going to play. And I think that's, having when we finally got a schedule and we knew who we were going to play and we knew when we were going to play them, I think that gave them a lot of confidence and us as a staff. I mean, it helped to know where you're heading, and I think one thing this year, sometimes, you sit back and you think, you really put things in perspective. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Stop right there. And that should give you perspective. And then, we're going to try to play basketball because basketball means a lot to a lot of people, and for the emotional well-being, the mental well-being of a lot of athletes, we need to try to do this if we can do it safely. And, that's hats off to the SEC and our administration, because I think they have really worked hard to make this happen.
Jimmy.
Kellie, do you think that you will be a better scoring team inside? Do you think you have the players that can get you baskets near the goal?
I believe so. We have, I think that, again, I'll go back to the biggest thing. I think Cassie and Tamari are both better. I think adding Kian will really help that. And, then you've got players like Jaden and Marta, and we can even move some wings now. We got a little bit more depth on the perimeter. We can play 4 guards if we need to. So I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to score inside.
Gustavo.
Coach, a couple of months ago, we didn't even know if there was going to be a basketball season for men and women. And on Friday, you guys are going to debut. And hours later, the men's team are going to play their second game. How exciting it is to have 2 basketball games in UT campus on the same day, with so much uncertainty there was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, well, I think it just hits home. It's here, right? Basketball season is here. And I think there's a lot to be excited about, with our men's basketball team. I know we're really looking forward to following them and pulling for them this year. They've got a chance to have an outstanding basketball team. And I think we do as well. I really do. I think it could be, like I said, it's going to look different, but I think we could have a fun brand of basketball that people are going to enjoy watching. I think this is a really fun team. They're a great team to get to know. I've loved coaching them, and I think our fans are going to love watching them.
Maria.
Coach, obviously no exhibition game, so the freshmen are just going to have to get out those jitters and when it counts. Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was it to put together a non-conference schedule this season?
You said scale 1 to 10. 10. It was really difficult. I think the hardest thing, you go in with, we had our non-conference schedule. We had it done, completed. Going into this summer, things changed. And we understand that things are going to change. We had tournaments dropped, teams dropped us. We couldn't make this game. I mean, there was just so many moving parts. And when I say so many moving parts, they were daily. Like, I would get an update in the morning and I would get an update in the afternoon. I mean, things were changing that drastically. We're in this, we're not in this. We're in this one, we're not in this one. We're moving this way. Nope, we're going this way. I mean, it was really difficult, but and very frustrating. So to finally have a schedule, it felt so good to be able to go to our team and say, this is who we're playing and this is when we're playing them. Now, obviously, now if things happen, things change, and we have to pivot, we have to do something different. I get it, but at least we have had a starting point with that schedule.
Are there any final questions for Coach? Ben McKee.
Coach, I was just curious. The players talked last week about Cassie and her leadership taking a step forward. How have you seen Cassie's leadership grow over the offseason?
I think it's been a big summer for her. I think she has intentionally worked on her leadership, her presence, her confidence, herself. I think she has really improved in a lot of areas that, like I said, that leadership and that confidence is going to carry over to the court, no doubt. And I think our players, they look to her. They look to her now. They, especially the post players, because she does have the most experience here with our team, with our program. But she's also been very consistent on the court for us, and I think that's important. It's not just every now and then. It's been really consistent, and she's been a great presence for us.
All right, Coach. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hope to see you Friday.